Yeah.
Now, you want to talk about sustainability, and I'll leave this to the crowd. Aaron Gordon had the most efficient 50-point game in NBA history last night, Ron.
Facts.
He was 10 of 11 from 3. Made his first 8 in a row. 10 of 11 from 3. I'm talking about pin downs, Jordan. I'm talking about pull-ups,
incredible
hammers. All
the 10 from 11 for 3 is just impressive enough anyway. Like, have anybody went 10
It
for
could have
11
been
for 3?
wide open spot corner threes, and I would have been like, God damn, 10 for 11 is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, have anybody in the history of the NBA went 10 for 11 from 3?
I don't know.
Well, I
know Steph Curry made 9.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was a couple people that
Steph
made
went
9.
8 for 8 last year. 10 for 11.
Somebody else went 9 for 9. It was like 2 people that went 9 for 9 too. I can't actually.
Terry Rozier?
It was a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people you named, Ron.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, we had a couple
performances. Don't forget Caleb McBride too.
Yeah, Caleb.
Hey, hold on. Swiper, what was you about to say about Terry Rozier?
It was like, remember from Ernie said it yesterday? It was like for opening night, the only player to make 10 threes opening night or something
Luke
like that.
Kennard went 10 for 11 before, and so did Clay.
Oh, that's crazy.
And Ty Lawson, to be fair.
Ty Lawson.
What year?
I think I
Ty Lawson did it in 2011 against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's my dog. That's peak Ty Lawson, man.
Michael Beasley. I wonder what Michael Beasley did in that game. Guarantee you.
Nothing. But Ron, like, the fact that dude was like inside, he got Steph Curry in the island at the nail, fade away over the shoulder. He got Al Horford in the middle at the nail, fade away over his right shoulder. Like, driving, dunking, and one. He drove through Al Horford and Jonathan Kuminga and got an and one. And then with the game on the line, they double Jokic on the nail, and then he passed it out at the end of the fourth quarter, and then he nails the shot to go a 3 before Steph makes it on the other end. Like, yeah, that was a war. And I think, a lot of people don't know. You maybe don't know. Aaron Gordon he bought a warehouse in Denver. He completely tore out the warehouse part. He built his house in a warehouse.
Yeah, he had that last year though. He wasn't shooting that shit like
I'm saying
last year.
3 years
ago. He shot 44%
last year. He was shooting good last year.
Aaron Gordon has been a sniper for the last year.
But remember, Mars, he shot 39% in 22-23 on lower volume. And then the next year he shot like 32%.
We weren't moved back then.
Yeah, then he shot 39% in the playoffs too. Then he shot 32% the next year. But since April 2024, which is the start of that month.
It's since the playoffs when he started really.
Yeah, he's been shooting over 40% since April 24 now. So this is going.
But y'all know how this goes.
We're looking
though.
at a year and a half.
It take like when you're changing your reputation, especially when it's going from being a non-shooter to a shooter, you gotta like prove yourself. Like not prove yourself, you gotta like fully prove. You have to do something like this. And they still might not respect Aaron Gordon. He's gonna have to do this for another
choice now.
Yeah, you have no
choice.
Now.
You think last night was the night where they're like worse?
Well, I think last season kind of showed it because I remember the 24 playoffs. Aaron Gordon was shooting well in the playoffs, and it might have been Swiper who brought it up. It was someone, and I wasn't moved because they were guarding him with Rudy Gobert. Like they were conceding open threes for Aaron Gordon. I'm like, yeah, teams aren't guarding him like a third.
Why do you devalue that, Mars? Like a guy that knocks open
because if a team's game plan, I'm not okay. It seems like my point gets misinterpreted every time it happens.
No, I understand.
If a team is conceding wide open threes to you and you only shoot 4 of them a game, and you make 2 of them, that's cool. But you're being left wide open the whole game. The 4 possessions in which you actually choose to shoot the ball in the whole possessions of the game that you play, Aaron Gordon probably plays around 70-75 possessions a game. He's only shooting the wide open 3 they're giving him every time down 4 times. In the grand scheme of things, that's not impacting the game that much. It's just not. Like, shout out to him for making the shots when he does shoot them.
Well, he's saying that like it doesn't change the way the defense is.
Like it doesn't. No defense is adjusting to the fact that once a quarter you're going to shoot the 3 we've been giving you the whole time. Like that doesn't do anything for our defensive game plan. Last year he shot 44% from 3, and the shot quality went down and the difficulty went up, and he maintained the efficiency. Then in the playoffs he shot the hell out the ball again, and now he comes into this season and he goes 10 for 11. Obviously he's not going to do that every night, but I think we've got a large sample size now of Aaron Gordon's shot difficulty going up, his shot quality going down, the percentages staying high, to where this guy can shoot the hell out.
Mid-range too.
Like Aaron Gordon.
He can.
I haven't seen a shooting development this good this fast that I can recall. There might be one. I'm not saying that doesn't happen.
I think Mars,
quick, this fast. I don't know.
I think Mars, a part of his shooting development is he came from a unique situation where he was considered kind of like the franchise guy in Orlando, and then you put him on the side of Jokic where you're not going to be that franchise guy. You're going to be in dunker spots. You're going to be in corners. You're going to be in that. So I think he just legitimately got time to kind of like work on all of that rather than
role players stuff.
like rather than just being off the bounce trying to attack every time. Like I think that's a lot that goes into the offseason. Like you pretty much work on your role in the offseason. And when in Orlando, that ain't his. Jonathan Kuminga was doing some bullshit.
But he hooping though. We're gonna talk about
he whatever. But I feel like with Aaron Gordon, like him just zoning in and knowing, like I think for NBA players or just professional basketball players in general, if they know what type of shots they're gonna get, then they know what to work on, and you start to see improvement. Now, when you don't know, or when they put you in this star role that's not really you, I think that's where it kind of hurts you. So it's not surprising that Aaron Gordon is doing that. It's not like he got an ugly shot. Like he didn't have an ugly shot or ugly form.
He changed his
Even his free throws have improved. He shot 81% from the line last year.
Yeah.
The year before that, he was 66%. The year before that, he was 61%. Like he's just become a good shooter.
He shot 89%, I think, in the playoffs that year.
Like he's never shot above 75% regular season or playoffs before last year.
Yeah,
never.
I went 100% from the free throw line last night too.
66%. Yeah, like he's just become a good shooter.
Yeah,
I've never seen someone be this bad of a shooter.
He extended his career like this too, because this is how you in the NBA now. Like athleticism is going to wane. Now he's still a top tier athlete, but like he's not when he was 25. Obviously, when he was doing the dunk contest. But if I'm a gunner now and I can shoot from anywhere now and I can drive, because hit ball handling improve too. Now this is what I'm saying about Aaron Gordon.
Shout out Dave Love. Shout out to Dave Love, man. The guy
that Aaron Gordon as a total player has made massive improvements. He brings the ball up the court, he initiates the offense, he sets screens like a monster, and then off ball, he's a demon now. He can get to the brack, he can finish over the top of you, he gets to the midi, like I said, ISO versus Horford, ISO versus Al Horford and Steph Curry, and then he's making those middies, he's creating contact at the paint, he's a good passer. So yeah, and he's also was a good rim protector yesterday. Like he is, when he got traded to Denver on March 25th, 2025.
Yep.
The Nuggets traded Gary Harris, a first-round pick, and R.J. Hampton for him. That was at the time.
When did they trade for him again, Swiper?
March 25th, 2021.
2021.
Yeah,
okay.
March. My bad. Did I say 25?
That's what I.
Oh, my bad. March 25th, 2021. And so he's literally changed and molded his game. And I think to Jordan's point and Knox's point, when you get around Jokic, in order to be as good as you can, you have to learn like how to play off of a player that good, and he did it. But also, y'all, this is why I'm saying the Jokic thing, it is what it is. It's game one. Because Jamal Murray was insane last night, y'all. Like, did you see the first half?
Jokic and Cam Johnson are the only two.
Only two. Well, Christian Brown too, but
I was going to ask about Cam Johnson tertiary ball handling. Did you see any of that last night?
Yeah, he did. He initiated the
offense for him and brought the ball.
Hey, Trent, see how you gonna start the bullshit, Trent?
No, he did.
See what you started.
I did see tertiary ball handling. I saw it.
Swiper, before you get into Jamal Murray, hold up right quick, chill. Before you get into Jamal Murray, before we get into tertiary ball handling and everything else from this game, because there's a lot to unpack. This was one of them games. I just want to paint the picture for those of you who didn't get a chance to watch it. So in overtime, the Warriors won by a score of 137 to 131. As we mentioned, Aaron Gordon went absolutely bonkers. He had 50 points, and he didn't just score 50 points and get 8 rebounds. He scored 50 points on 17 to 21 from the field, 81%. On 10 of 11 from 3, he shot 90%, basically 91, and he went 100% from the line. 6 for 6. So he shot 80, 90, 100.
106% true shooting.
Also, Nikola Jokic had a triple-double, albeit he had 21 points.
106% true shooting.
106?
It's the most efficient 50-point game.
Yeah, don't worry about the true shooting.
That's why I like
it means
how you 106%.
It means if he shot nothing but twos last night, on this amount of shot attempts, it's physically impossible for him to score 50 points. That's why he has a true shooting above 100. Because if you did this with nothing but twos, you couldn't get to 50. That's why it's a true shooting above 100.
Remember, and just for context, y'all, Jamal Murray has another one of those 100-plus games. It was Cleveland in 2021. Remember, right before he went down with the ACL injury.
Is that the game where he did it with no free throws, or I'm tripping?
Yes, 0 free throws, and he made 8 threes that game. And he had 50 points versus Cleveland, and he was, like, putting them on the map that game. So, like, the Nuggets now have 2 of the most efficient 50-point scores ever in both of those games.
As you were saying, Ron.
Nah, you good. Also, Nikola Jokic had a triple-double, 21 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, a steal and a block too. albeit he didn't really do it on the best shooting game. He had 21 points on 23 shots. He went 8 for 23 from the field, 34%, and he went 2 for 13 from 3, just 15%. He only shot 4 free throws as well. As Swiper mentioned, though, Jamal Murray did have a good game. He had 25 points, 10 assists, 3 steals as well. On the other end, for the Warriors, Jimmy Butler had 21 points, 6 assists, 3 steals. Draymond Green, 13, 8 and 8. Jonathan Kuminga continued to play pretty well. He had 14 points. But aside from 6 other Warriors scoring in double figures, Steph Curry led the show, and he kind of turned back the clock. And it was really just vintage Steph Curry. If you didn't watch the game, just think of Steph Curry when he's really in his element. He had 42 points, 6 of 12 from 3, 14 of 25 from the field, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and ultimately he just turned up when he needed to the most in the fourth quarter and in overtime. And that was really just that, fellas. Swiper, did you want to get into anything with tertiary ball handling or Jamal Murray? Or
I don't feel like it's because, we're halfway having a discussion. But, yeah, Cam did initiate and brought the ball up yesterday. Steph had 35 points in the second half in overtime, by the way.
Wow.
Please don't leave that
like
part
Cam
out.
Did,
Yes,
did
he did.
Yeah.
Including one of the craziest clutch shots I've seen.
Yeah, it was, and I wasn't even mad.
Like
it was.
Turned it.
You know what? That's the second time I've seen that. You know who else did that to Denver? And when they lost to Kyrie on the left-handed push shot, Luka did that. He came around the screen right at half court and then sent the game and tied the game. And then Steph did that last night. And, at some point, it's just like you got to shake Steph's hand. Like, there's nothing you can do about that at that juncture. Like, it's just he made a crazy three. He got hot, and he played super well yesterday. But, Jamal Murray had 25 and 10 yesterday on 55% from the field. Like, he was playing amazing in preseason. And chill, he looked phenomenal yesterday. Like, phenomenal. Like, he was, yeah, go ahead.
He was even playing some defense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Drench, you made a point about when you don't guard somebody, I think that it opens up a lot of their flaws. Like a guy like Aaron Gordon, to Mars' point, when I leave you open, there's a reason why you're open. You're open because we don't think that you can shoot the basketball.
Not necessarily, too, though. I also want to, I'm going to let you get back to your point. It's not necessarily about we don't think that you can shoot the ball a lot of times, too. Sometimes we just want you to shoot rather than somebody else shoot it.
Yeah, we just prefer you shoot.
We prefer you to shoot. That's why people keep saying I need to quit hating on AJ Mitchell. But it's not about hating on AJ Mitchell. It's the same shit. I would rather AJ Mitchell shoot it than Shea shoot him up or Chet shoot.
Let me rephrase that. We don't think that you can shoot it as well as this guy, so we rather you shoot it than this guy shoot it. Right. But I'm gonna get into my player bag for a second, Mars. And as a player, it's valuable for me if I'm on a crew with a dude that y'all leaving him open, even if he only takes 3 or 4 shots. I think that now that makes the defense at minimum have to respect that he can make this shot. Now, it's not part of the game plan.
3 or 4, but if he take like 8 to 10, then he makes
it. In reality, that wasn't happening. But in theory,
it's not part of the game plan. Even though he's open every trip, the game plan is to do other things. The game plan isn't to get you open for you to shoot threes all night long. No, that's not part of the game plan. And on top of that, that's not the way we play. But when you are open in specific sets, whether the shot clock is running down or maybe we're in transition, and you are good at that, I think that when you knock that down, that gives our offense more of a boost, number one. Number two, the defense a level of respect that now we got to find him in transition. And if we got to find him in transition, to your point with Rudy Gobert, okay, now the rim's open. So if a guy's running to the rim, or even if I have the ball and I'm going downhill, he's concerned with Aaron Gordon because he already hit 2 threes. I got to at least honor that. I might not necessarily have to close out on him like he's Klay Thompson or Steph Curry.
To a point, chill. Yeah, you kind of right, but I think you're looking at it from how basketball used to be played. They don't look at it like that no more. Like, they don't look at it as honoring them. Like, they look at it as everything is going to a little analytical point to where it's about they want him
we'll
to
just
get
live with this.
Yeah, law of averages. Law of averages. He made 2, he's gonna miss the next one. The law of averages.
Jordan. By the way, correction from remember the Houston didn't do this. Do you remember how they the OKC game yesterday versus the Pacers? You see what they did at the end of the game? They trapped SGA and left Lou Dort wide open.
Yeah, I would have did that. I would have did that.
That's what the Rockets should have did.
I've been said that. In that fourth quarter, I would have never let Shea. Once it's the fourth quarter, if Shea haven't taken a lot of shots, he not gonna take a lot of shots. I'm just gonna double him. It is
the only person I've seen Ime overreact to in terms of sending doubles is Steph.
Yeah,
everyone else he seems to guard him straight up. No, yeah, I'm in agreement with you, but Ime
and he's got the personnel to do that.
Yeah, Ime's on the side of play straight up. We don't want to put our defense in rotation unless it's Wardell, Stephen Curry. Then we gonna
that's crazy. Like that's silly to me because he allowed Shea to get into a rhythm in that fourth quarter. Right, Shea wasn't even shooting a lot of shots. Good. I kept saying that. You know, me and Penn was arguing about AJ Mitchell. We leaving AJ Mitchell open. I said, as long as Shea don't get in the rhythm, I don't give a damn what AJ Mitchell do. Like, I really don't. So I'm like, we get into the fourth, and Shea starting to get a rhythm. You starting to see him make pull-ups. All right, I'm like, then the game gets on the line. You guard him one-on-one with Amen Thompson, and Amen Thompson is shitting bricks. He backing up, and Shea walk him right down to a spot, pull up. My thing is, why wouldn't you double him? I would have started doubling Shea in the fourth. He would have never got a wide open shot. We doubling the whole time. If Lou Dort beat me, he beat me. I don't care.
Facts.
But
I think that the Nuggets tried to. I think the Nuggets tried to do that.
No sense to me.
No,
I think the Nuggets tried to do that last night with Curry because with this team,
you can't really double Curry like that because he play off ball a lot.
Just tell that teammate. Okay.
Well, chill. They what they were doing is they were trapping off the off ball stuff. The problem is they were getting Denver's defense off balance, and then they would leave 1v2 on the short roll, and then that was leading to extra point. But then the only person that got a stop on that action yesterday was Cam Johnson. He actually got a steal, and then they went down on the other side of the floor, and of course Jokic choked the possession away and missed a shot, so they didn't end up counting for anything. But they were, I think when you're playing versus a team this early and you're not used to those actions, then your defense literally like is all over the place. Now Jokic is all the way at the top of the key. There's nobody at the rim, and then the corner's open, but then that's Jimmy Butler moving, and then Horford's in the short roll now. He can make that shot or make that pass. I think like it just depends on like who it is and and who you're playing against. But the Warriors are like the best team. Go ahead, Joe.
I think that Steph Curry garners so much attention, right? I do get that part, but it gets compounded when they're on runs. And that third quarter yesterday, because this is what it looked like when I'm watching it, it looked like the Warriors of old in that third quarter where we start to get going. Jimmy Butler starts to make a couple of shots. Now Steph Curry is wide open. Even though we're concerned with him even more, he's even more wide open. And now with him making shots and he gets going, now that just electrifies the rest of the crew. So now guys like Jimmy Butler, now because the three-point line is being covered even more by Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler's getting to the rim. And I know that shot fake is coming, and I know he's going to end up making layups. The same logic applies to Al Horford because you got to honor him at the long ball line because the array of threes from Steph Curry is already coming. So now Al Horford is wide open at the long ball line in the corner, and he cracks that. So now you got to push your defense up even more. And then when you do that, this team is now driving downhill and they get into the rim. The question that I have for the Warriors, it's never been how good they are. It's, is this sustainable? Because we have an older team. This is the oldest team in NBA history in terms of their core. Can these guys?
You don't think they can make the play? So you don't think it's sustainable, Chill?
They are.
I'm not sure that it's sustainable, Ron. I
Why
just
not?
don't. Because of how old they are.
Consistent.
That's why. Because of how old they are. For no other reason whatsoever.
Al Horford has been consistently old for the last couple of years.
And getting older.
Yeah, he's been consistent.
And not only is he getting older, so when he was in Boston, the personnel that he had in Boston is not what was going on with the Golden State Warriors. One,
he don't need to be.
He's older.
He got another.
Two, he's playing with a lot older guys.
He damn near got a better personnel, Chill.
Yeah,
like really playing with in Boston, playing with younger guys. Really?
It's older. It's older.
He got a better 1-2 than he had in Boston. You ask me.
Yeah, I mean, Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler ain't nothing to play around with. Draymond Green anchoring.
Draymond Green,
Draymond is consistent.
These guys are old.
Nobody wants to play the Warriors.
Jason Tatum, those two guys are better than that. Than those.
Yeah,
two guys
I think Steph and Jimmy are better than Jaylen Brown and JT. Yeah.
Nobody.
And then when you put Porzingis and Draymond in there,
yes. What do you mean? Yes.
No, I don't think so.
What do you mean? Well, Jimmy Butler's.
I think Jaylen Brown's the worst player of the four. I'll just say that.
Of course,
would just say this
because of
nobody wants
that's
to play
my
the Warriors
point
in a playoff series because you could get beat. If Steph is healthy, you could get beat. Nobody wants to play them.
But see, that's the difference, though, Drenchy. He wasn't, and the reason why he wasn't, and he broke down, was because he's old, not because he can't still play.
That's just
and that was an issue.
Applied that to him because he's old.
And that was an issue. That hamstring issue. But wait a minute, though, Mars. That hamstring issue isn't an issue that just came about in the playoffs.
I just think the Rockets were just physical, was very, very physical with him, and I think that had a lot to do with
documentation of that. But okay. That Steph even said that was his first time dealing with a muscle injury, so I don't know where you got the documentation that his hamstring injury's been going on.
I never.
It was his first ever one.
He did the same thing.
Steph said he's literally never dealt with this before.
I think
never had a
hamstring
hamstring
injury.
injury.
That was his down. That was about it. But not every team.
I think that's possible, but I think I'm gonna take Steph's words. He said he's never dealt with a muscle injury, especially to his hamstring before. So if you're telling me that this is documented that he was dealing with that because throughout the season or something, or it was documented that he was dealing with a hamstring stuff. Steph ain't said that. Steph said the opposite. So I don't know. I'm not gonna say he got hurt because he's old, but I think that's just projection.
I think he got hurt because the Rockets.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
I think he got hurt because it's basketball. We're talking about guys being old. I mean, last time that I checked, Jaylen Brown almost didn't start the season and he missed the whole summer because he had a surgery.
Meniscus in the playoffs. I'm not gonna say
last time that I checked, somebody out of everybody that we're talking about isn't playing this season. It's just basketball. Yeah, okay. Obviously, you can say
in Ron that age doesn't matter with these guys. Are you serious right now?
But that doesn't mean every injury they get is because they're old.
But
because young players get hurt.
Okay,
no, chill. Age does matter, but I'm saying they have top tier medicine, they have top tier trainers, and also too, I'm looking at the guys that we're talking about. Steph Curry, he had ankle problems early in his career. Since then, he's been an Iron Man.
No, but Jimmy Butler's
an Iron Man.
You are
Draymond Green
attributing.
is
Jimmy Butler is not an Iron Man. No, he is not.
But chill, you're attributing injuries to them and saying they won't make the playoff, but not attributing injuries to the Mavericks, and you have them making the playoffs. The Mavericks are currently hurt. Their best player played 51 games last year. Steph Curry played 70 plus games last year.
The injuries
they are actually currently injured. They are currently on the mend. The Warriors, on the other end, you're saying they're missing the playoff because of their age. It is the same thing.
No, it's not, because the reason why the Dallas Mavericks are hurt, it's not because of their age. It's not because
Kyrie Irving is 33 years old, coming off an ACL injury.
Sure, and he's coming back next season. He's not 37 years old. He's not coming back. He's not coming back at 37 years old though.
But an ACL injury takes more than just 12 months to overcome and be 100% again. And you're asking him to come back and be on a contender this year.
100% it does.
33.
Yeah, they're both old. They're both old. They're not young.
They're not. But they're not as old as these guys. I think that's.
And they're currently healthy, though. Is my point.
Okay, and they're healthy right now. Right? They're healthy right now. So what happens later on in the season, I'd like to have this conversation. Because again, I don't think that the question of them being able to play basketball is it. It's them being able to hold up. Jimmy Butler at the age that he is. Draymond Green at the age that he is. Steph Curry, when the playoffs start,
is Anthony Davis going to hold up this year for a whole season?
Is he going to hold up? Well, last season he did not hold up. The season before that,
79. He played 79 games the year before.
The season before that, he did play.
Steph Curry played 70 plus games last year. So you're betting your money that Anthony Davis will hold up more this year than Steph Curry.
I am betting my money that Steph Curry. I am betting my money that Anthony Davis is going to play more than he did last year.
Will he play more than Steph Curry?
77. I think Steph Curry played 70 games. I think Anthony Davis played. I think 51. I could get 70 plus games out of him. Yes, I'm going to say that.
So then Jimmy Butler or Kyrie play more games this year?
Well, clearly, Jimmy Butler's going to play more games because he's going to be more available. I mean, I don't got Kyrie Irving coming back until after the All-Star break. There's only going to be 20 plus games left. So he's going to miss more than 60 games. Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler, who has, I think he's in the last 10 years, I think he's played 60 plus games 3 or 4 times. I think he's played 60 plus games. And again, in the Western Conference, if you are trying to compete and stay in the playoff race, you're going to have to play these older guys a lot more. As much as they have these rotation guys, you're definitely going to have to play these older guys a lot more if you're going to be at the top of the West or even contend for a playoff spot. And I'm not sure because of age that these guys are going to be able to do that.
Yo, fellas, I want to bring it back to the game. We got a guest coming on here in a second, so we're going to switch gears. But before our guest comes on, Jordan, I want to ask you, is there any other takeaways that you had from the game last night? Warriors and the Nuggets.
I mean, we kind of spoke on all the takeaways that I had. Yeah. My main one last night was, there's no way I had that shit on my bingo card for game one of Yoke and the Nuggets that Aaron Gordon was going to be the guy. Hell. I had no idea that was going to happen. Like, zero. I'm watching this like, there's no way I'm watching a game where Aaron Gordon is the best player on the court damn near. Like, what am I watching? But.
And by the way, Ron, you said he went
then Steph just decided to turn back into MVP Steph too. That's another thing. Like,
you said he went what from the stripe last night? I mean, what from the long ball line?
10 for 10.
10 for 11.
And didn't he hit like 8 straight, something goofy like that?
Mm-hmm.
8 or 9 straight. So I mean, I don't know if that's gonna happen again.
It ain't gotta happen again no more. I'm
gonna just once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, I'm
pretty impressed. Only like 5 people ever have done. Like,
I was pretty impressed.
You're not gonna replicate that. That's borderline impossible. But Steph's ridiculous. That's takeaway number 1. Aaron Gordon is becoming an elite shooter. That's takeaway number 2. Jamal Murray looks really good. That's takeaway number 3. My takeaway number 4 is a fully healthy Golden State is one of the best teams in the NBA.
Well, for sure.
That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. It's weird because I think fully healthy Golden State are one of the best teams in the NBA, but I also think they have questions that other teams don't have, mainly because of the size stuff. But I agree with Jordan when he said no team wants to see the Warriors in the playoffs. They have a game breaker, and Ox always says he's the most dangerous man walking, or whatever he says. This man came off a screen at the logo and pulled it down 3 with 20 seconds to go. Like, I don't think people, and this is what happens when greatness is so common, people become numb to it. Like,
respect it.
Like, do you know how crazy it is that there's 20 seconds left in the game? They are down 3, and he came off a screen and pulled it instantly from the logo. Like, I don't think people are fathoming
crazy to me
how
because he do that
ridiculous
shit.
that
He
is.
do shit like that.
If we doing,
And that's the point. Like, we've become numb to Steph Curry's greatness to the point where he's doing things that, quite frankly, I would say the only person you could even look at and comprehend them doing that is him, Dame, and Trae Young with shooting.
And Luka for me.
And but Luka's even more of a step back guy as opposed to he came off and just right into a shot motion. Luka's like going to step back. He shot a pull up 3 against Timberwolves in 24, which is crazy by the way.
And the one on the corner, the very corner of the
Luka I can hear it as well. So maybe 4 guys. Trae would shoot it. Luka maybe depending on how he's feeling. Dame and Steph would shoot it with no hesitation. But like the fact that he's doing that down 3, like the consequence, if he misses that shot, the game's over. Like, they've lost the game. They're not going to have another chance. They're going to foul, hopefully, Jamal Murray, because Jokic will probably miss the free throws. But like, they foul Jamal Murray, he knocks him down. It's a 5-point game now. And Steph shot that ball with no hesitation, like literally no hesitation.
Hey man,
and then I'd like to say we watched that. I don't know, because Swiper's watching it from the Denver perspective. What percentage did you think that shot was going in on it left?
Well, high.
I thought it was cash. To be honest,
like, because I know when I saw it, I was like, yeah, he made it. Like, the moment he let it go, I was like, this is going in.
Remember
he let it go.
Was it Phoenix? Was it Phoenix last year when Bradley Beal went for the steal with 3 seconds left?
Phoenix.
Yeah, then it was from the same place on the court. Like, Steph is, when he's on a roll, still to this day, when he's on a roll, there's almost like, and it's inevitable.
He don't even got to be on the road. Swiper, Steph could be 0 for 13. It's every shot just look like it's going in. Like,
well, can't we say the same thing?
Like it's going in.
To your point, Miles, when you talk about Steph Curry being able to not just make that shot, but just the gumption to shoot that shot. And there's the majority of us who think it's going in. Like, the flip side to that is, Joker went 20, 13, and 10 last night. It was like, he sucked. Like,
he did.
That's the bar for Joker. Like, Joker
not the bar, just the way he got
21, 13, and 10. It was like, this dude was garbage last night.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
Right.
But look, chill. It's the same thing. Game 1 last year at triple-double. It was garbage,
But that's the point that I'm making. I mean, that's the bar for him. And
I don't know if that's the bar. I just think
the bar is just don't play like trash. The box score is going to look good for Jokic in those games.
That's not the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is that to have Steph Curry
for most people, it's amazing.
To crack the long ball, like you just said, Mark, for Steph Curry to crack the long ball, being down 3 in the meat and potatoes of the game, not being down 3 in the middle of the second quarter. No, he misses this, we probably lose. But for him to crack that, we've become numb to it, like it's nothing for him to do that. For Joker to come out, for Joker to come out early, for Joker to come out and have that kind of performance and go 20, 10, and 10, you know what? You really wasn't that good, and we're just gonna scoff at it. When in reality, the bar for Joker is here, and it's incredible what he does.
Well, because and before our guests, obviously, thank you, obviously,
AD yesterday.
There's three. Remember, Jokic goes beyond the box score. So when people watch him, he can have a much better game than this with 4 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists.
Yep.
That's just who he is. But the issue is the thing that makes Jokic is he's an elite scorer, elite rebounder, elite passer. When he has games like that where he brick, and then he also looks like he's not fully there, that's when you know it's a bad game. So 21, 13, and 10 with a steal and a block, great. But dude, second half, he should have put the game away multiple times and didn't do it. So that's why it was a bad game.
Also, you can thank Aaron Gordon for a lot of those assists. So there's that.
Somebody got to get the assist. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to score.
Somebody got to throw the pass to the corner.
Hey man, shout out to Steph Curry. That's all I
go 10 for 10 from 3. Yeah, you gonna get some assists.
I just want to shout out Steph Curry before we move on and introduce our guest, man. Shout out Steph Curry, man. The most dangerous man that y'all have ever seen bless a basketball court. Steph Curry, man. Y'all respect that.
I just said that for you, Ox.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he gave you props for that.
My man Mars, shout out to you.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. You're the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.